Hello, folks. Welcome back to Gang Grid Sports. I'm your host, George Conrad. It's Monday, November 17th. And just as you might expect at this time of the year, we're going to open with a little football. In Week 11, the Eagles and the Broncos continued to win ugly. Or did they continue to win beautifully if you like defense? The Eagles, for the second week in a row, they beat a contender in the NFC North. In Week 10, they beat the Packers 10-7, and last night, Week 11, they beat the Lions 16-9. Now, A.J. Brown isn't too happy about the way they're winning, but I can tell you this: Jalen, Saquon, and Devontae Smith, all they want are W's. They're pretty happy boys. So hopefully A.J. can get on board and help his teammates continue to go on down the season. They have to be considered the number one team in the NFC at this point. Over in the AFC, things are a little more muddled. The Colts were off this week, but as I mentioned, the Broncos keep on winning ugly. They won their 8th straight game last night. They dispatched Kansas City. It was their 5th fourth quarter comeback of the season. Nothing epitomizes grit more than fourth quarter comebacks. And I got to give a lot of big shout outs to Bo Nix. You know, I've been a fan of Bo Nix since I saw him play for Auburn against Penn State, I don't know how many years ago. That was before he transferred to Oregon, went on to his finish up his stellar collegiate career before getting drafted by the Broncos last year. But here they are. Denver just keeps on winning, and Sean Payton, he's looking like the man at head coach again. In other NFL news, Brock Purdy came back from injury finally. Boy, the Niners sure rolled with Purdy behind quarterback. I know Mac Jones did a great job, but there must be some kind of magic with that Brock Purdy. They just looked great yesterday, destroying Arizona. Sam Darnold, I don't know, did he go in a Wayback Machine and come out as New York Jets Sam Darnold yesterday? You know, they went into the game, the Rams and the Hawks. Pete Prisco on CBS Sports had him ranked 1 and 2, Hawks number 1. Well, yesterday, Sam Darnold threw 4 picks, and you can guess they lost the game, but only 21-19. So that has to tell you a lot. Sam's not going to play like that every single week. So I think the Hawks are okay. It was just one of those things. Josh Allen. Boy, do we got to talk about Josh Allen? Not for long. We're just going to say this. He accounted for 6 total touchdowns yesterday. Ran 3 in, threw for 3. The Bills destroyed Tampa Bay. Even Baker Mania can't compete against Josh Allen whenever he's going off like that. He just looked like a man on a mission, especially after some of the things that they've been reading in the press, that they're down. That New England, Indianapolis, and Denver are the teams now. You'd think that would affect Kansas City as well. They played a great game against Denver yesterday. They just ran into the Bo Nix machine in the fourth quarter. But back to Josh Allen. I don't know that they're going to overtake the Patriots for the AFC East, but I'm sure they're going to make the playoffs and they'll make a run just like they always do. And I got to mention this. How about the Browns defense? Like, the Browns defense is totally for real. They shut down Lamar yesterday. Derrick Henry went over 100, scored a touchdown. But, it wasn't Derrick's, normal dominating game. I mean, he had one run of almost 60 yards. So that accounted for a lot of his yards yesterday. The Browns, boy, their defense sure looks for real. It's a shame they don't have a quarterback. And Shedeur Sanders isn't going to be the answer, I don't think. The next thing I want to address, I want to get to is talk a little Major League Baseball. This past week, they awarded all their season-ending big awards. Went out, of course. A lot of the people you expect: Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani took home awards. Cal Raleigh did not. A lot of people think he got robbed for the AL MVP. But, Cal had an amazing season. Nobody's going to forget that. But the Cy Young Award, that's what I want to talk about. Tarek Skubal for Detroit, he won his 2nd straight American League Cy Young Award. The guy is dominating. Boy, I love to watch him pitch. Don't see the Tigers often enough on TV, but man, that guy is just lights out. But you know who's a little bit more lights out? My man Paul Skenes from the Pirates. Paul Skenes was the unanimous winner of the National League Cy Young Award on a team that lost 91 games, despite a 10-10 record. But you know what? He had 216 Ks. He had a 1.97 ERA. And he's the only reason that the Pirates didn't end up with 110 losses on the season. So gang grit salute to Paul Skenes. He's also a military man, big supporter of the U.S. military branches. So that salute goes out to him for a number of reasons. Next, let's talk about one more thing. Let's talk about something a little bit different. Let's talk darts. A young man, 18-year-old Luke Littler. This past weekend, he became the youngest, number one ranked, world-ranked dart thrower ever. The previous record holder, the previous youngest person, was 24. He's 18 years old from the UK. He ended up winning the tournament, whatever tournament he was in, the World Darts Championship. Anyways, the big World Championship is in December. The guy that he dispatched, he's looking to come back and retake his crown. But Luke Littler he's only been throwing darts for 2 years professionally. He's already number one. He's dominating. I don't know if anybody's going to come back and get him. Why are we talking darts? Well, you know what? I like darts. And I think it's gritty for an 18-year-old kid to come out and dominate the way he has. That about wraps things up, but I got one more thing I want to talk about real quick before I sign off today. You know, this is a brand new project for me. We're about a month into it. I'm working real hard at it. You know, I want this to be something that I can do for the rest of my life. You know, I grew up a young man who just all I wanted to do was be a professional athlete. And if I couldn't do that, I wanted to be a sports writer for like Sports Illustrated or Sporting News. And of course that never happened. Here I am, 61 years old. I sell Subarus, you know? So, but that being said, this project's very important to me. It's a lot of fun. And over on X, there's a young fella named Michael Rippe. I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. I just want to give a shout out to this guy. You know, he recognized my content. He liked it. He likes the way I present it. He has shared my posts around. He's liked them. He's commented. We engage on his posts. And, you know, here's a guy who he's a much bigger account than I am. He has a great style. He's glib. He has a great sense of humor, but he hits the points too. Very pertinent information as well. And you know, Michael, I just want to say thank you for reaching out your hand to me. I appreciate it. You're an inspiration. You're a mentor, and I like to consider you a colleague as well. In this effort, this sports creator effort that we're all doing. And that being said, I am not a tech genius. So here we go. I'm putting this out there for everybody. My own little sign here. I hope you can read it. At Michael Rippe, Rippe, on X. Go follow this guy. And also at Gangrid Sports if you go on X. Give us both a follow. Hopefully we're going to be communicating back and forth as time goes forward. And you'll see a lot of good information. Brainy Ballers is another one on X that has really reached out a hand to me as well. So we're just teeny tiny over on X, but we're hoping to grow and we're hoping to get noticed because all we want to do is make you smile. We're just having fun here, folks. So I'm going to sign off. Tune in next week, next Monday, for our Monday cast on Gangrid Sports. We love you and hope to see you then.